Samantala, ngayong araw po, nakatakdang isumite ng House Prosecution Panel ang pre-trial brief kaugnay sa impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At kaugnay po niyan, makakausap natin ngayong umaga, House Lead Impeachment Prosecutor, Representative Jervil Luistro. Kong, magandang umaga po. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Ivan, and thank you for having me here.
Ma'am, pakipaliwanag po sa ating mga manonood, ano ba itong pre-trial brief at gaano ito kahalaga sa isasagawang impeachment trial?
Ito pong pre-trial brief ay naglalaman ng ating mga offer for stipulations na pwedeng i-admit na nung kabilang panig, no?
Okay.
So may listahan po tayo ng mga stipulation of facts na pwedeng ang sagot ng depensa admitted or not admitted, no? Ang layon po nito, bawasan yung mga pagtatalunan doon sa trial.
Okay.
Pangalawa, naglalaman din po ito ng listahan ng mga witnesses, testigo na atin pong iprepresenta sa presentation of evidence or trial, no? At pangatlo, nilalaman din po nito ang mga dokumento na atin namang ilalatag dito din sa presentation ng evidence. The significance of this pre-trial brief, it serves like a blueprint, a roadmap, no? At ito po ang susundin sa atin pong pag-uumpisa ng paglilitis. And apparently, the rule is, yung nailagay mo lang sa pre-trial brief or napapaloob sa pre-trial order, yan lang ang pwede nating ilatag during the presentation of evidence.
Yung phrase na rules of engagement comes to mind. Ano po, parang ganun din yung pre-trial brief.
Something like that, Ivan.
Ano-ano naman po yung naasahang tatalakayin doon sa unang pre-trial conference na scheduled sa June 18 sa Huwebes?
Well, una siyempre yung stipulation of facts, no? Kung alin doon sa listahan namin ang pwedeng i-admit na ng depensa at kung alin yung i-deny.
Okay.
Ganon din pagdating sa kanila. Meron din silang sariling stipulation of facts. Papakinggan namin yon, susuriin, alin ang pwedeng payagan namin at alin yung hindi, no? Yung papayagan, hindi na yun pagtatalunan sa trial.
Okay.
At yung i-deny naman ng magkabilang panig, kasama yun sa kailangan naming patunayan by way of presenting evidence, no? Ganon din yung pagdating sa list of witnesses and list of documents. In other words, yung nilalaman ng pre-trial brief ng prosecution at ng defense, dun yung tatalakayin pagdating ng pre-trial conference.
Okay.
And then after ng pre-trial conference, anuman ang mapagkasunduan na, ito ang lalamanin naman ng pre-trial order at ito yung sinasabi mong rules of engagement.
Yes.
Ito yung pwedeng ihambing sa blueprint. Ito yung pwedeng ihambing sa roadmap na kung anong nakasaad sa pre-trial order, yan na dapat ang susundin sa ating presentation of evidence during the trial.
Ma'am, habang kayo po yung naghahanda, yung prosecution and of course the defense naghahanda, nagkakaroon kayo ng pre-trial brief, pre-trial conference, hindi pa rin po nare-resolba yung issue sa leadership ng Senado. May nakikita ba kayong issue, posibleng loophole sa bilang ng senator judges sa maaaring makaboto sa impeachment trial?
Well, about the issue on leadership, we are really hoping na magkaroon ng duly elected Senate President, no? Of course, the House of Representatives recognize the legitimacy of acting SP Win Gatchalian.
Yes.
We understand the doctrine of Avellino versus Cuenco. Napaka-enlightening nitong jurisprudence na ito. And as a matter of fact, nasundan pa ito ng marami pang cases na na-reduce din ang number of quorum whenever there are members of the Senate who are outside the coercive power of the institution, no? Nevertheless, alam po natin kung gaano ka-sensitive itong impeachment trial na ito.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, noong 19 Congress, yung una nating impeachment na sa amin pong pananaw, with all due respect sa Supreme Court, ay nasunod naman yung second mode of filing and initiating an impeachment complaint. No? But nonetheless, because of concerns of due process na pre-nounce ng Supreme Court na deklara ito na unconstitutional. We are quite apprehensive sapagkat napaka-sensitive nito,
Yes.
nitong impeachment trial na ito. And we do not want to encounter another issue of constitutionality.
Right.
And that is why, while we recognize the legitimacy of the leadership of acting SP Win Gatchalian, I think it will be best kung magkaroon talaga ng duly elected na Senate President, no? Now, about your question dun sa threshold, required number of votes for
Yes,
the purpose
16.
of conviction. Ito po'y akin lamang,
Yes, yes.
pero I believe that the Constitution and the laws are evolving. Ibig sabihin, it must respond to the demands of time, no? Nakita na po natin yung sitwasyon na merong mga senador na nakulong, nagtatago, and perhaps in the past, senador na nasa abroad, no? And documents will show na sinunod yung Avellino versus Cuenco. Na-reduce ang number of quorum because these senators were outside the coercive power of the Senate, no? Sa akin po, dapat ito po'y pag-aralan din kung posible bang sundan din itong jurisprudence na ito for the
Okay.
purpose of determining the number of required votes for the purpose of conviction. Hindi lang conviction, pati acquittal, no?
Okay.
Ito po ang sa akin. Bakit ba tayo may mga senador? The purpose is to represent the Filipino people.
Yes.
Di ba? So, kung ang ating senador ay nakakulong, kung ang ating senador ay nagtatago, kung ang ating senador ay nasa labas ng bansa, can we truly say that on that particular occasion, they are representing the interest of the sovereign Filipino people? Of course, the answer is no.
Yes.
So kung walang pagdi-discharge ng function na i-represent ang taong bayan, I think it is but proper. I-reduce ang threshold.
Okay.
At ang i-consider lang for the purpose of conviction or acquittal ay kung sino yung nakakatugon sa mandato. Because they are the ones who are truly representing the interest of the Filipino people.
Okay.
Itong gaganapin nating impeachment trial, this is one of the occasions when it is badly needed na merong tamang representation ng taong bayan.
So having said that, with the current composition of the Senate, wala ho si Senator Jingo Estrada nakakulong, si Senator Bato nagtatago. So kung gagamitin po natin yung Avellino Doctrine, 22, so two-thirds of 22 senators. Tama ho ba?
I agree with you. Following the doctrine of Avellino and anchoring the same further dun sa need to truly represent the people, it should be two-thirds of 22. Right now, right now.
So kung mabago pa, magbabago yung ating base number.
Yes, and of course, we submit na ito ay initially dapat
Right.
ito'y usapin ng Senado, no? But kung hindi sila magkasundo-sundo, I believe that this is a justiciable issue kasi yung two-thirds of all members of the Senate nakapaloob talaga yan sa ating Constitution.
Yes.
So it should be the Supreme Court who should pronounce kung ano talaga ang tamang numero for the purpose of conviction, considering that there are members who are outside the coercive power
Yes.
of the Philippine Senate.
Interesting how this will pan out. Congresswoman Luis Romam, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning. Ganun din po sa lahat ng mga sumusubaybay na ating programa.
Lead Impeachment Prosecutor Representative Jervil Luistro. Nakausap po natin.